Now I want to talk to you about the different types of ropes we use in a Fulcrum's ropes course, their uses, and when you know it's time to retire them. We use two different types of ropes on our ropes courses. The first is a static rope, and you can tell it's static because it's two different colors. It is blue and orange, or some other variation of colors, but it only has two colors. So we know that it is static just from a visual inspection. And why it's a static rope is that it doesn't allow any sort of stretch to it when lowering down a participant. Now, these ropes are rated at about 8,000 pounds of force, 7,000 pounds once you tie a knot in it. How will we know that this rope is near its retirement? Because there's two main components to a rope. There's the outside, which is the sheath or the mantle, and then there's the inside, which is the core or the kern popping out, which is a bunch of thousands of woven fibers. Now, the inside comprises about 70% of the strength of the rope, and the outside is about 30% of the strength of the rope, which means that at some point there's a weakness through all this rope and we don't know where, so it's best just to throw it out versus risk some sort of accident. So if you see either of these signs of retirement, damage to either the core or the sheath, then it's time to retire that rope. Now, our other type of rope we have is the dynamic rope. So a dynamic rope is typically just one color, or it's going to be tricolored. Now, this one's easy to know it needs retirement, not because of this little bit that's popping out of the core, but because all this cat fuzz or the fray. Once you start seeing fraying, the integrity of the outside of the rope is gone from where it's probably been rubbing on some sort of element cable, and you know it's time to retire it. You don't want to mess around if you can see any signs of wear and tear, of heavy cat fuzzing or fraying on the outside, best just to toss it. This is also a dynamic rope, and you can tell because it has three colors. Not only does it have blue, but it has gray and yellow. So we only use a dynamic rope on our leap of faiths, because what it does is with all the force of somebody jumping off that element, it allows the rope to absorb some of that force by stretching out, kind of like a bungee cord. So the participant themselves isn't taking that full arrest all in one go. Now, this rope doesn't show any signs of retirement because both ends are burned, meaning it's not allowing the core to pop out. Okay. There doesn't seem to be any heavy wear or tear on, except for slight fuzzing here. So this could be a sign of retirement. Most likely this is retired because there's some sort of soft spot, which would allow you to bend the rope all the way over on itself. And then you know that the core is damaged and the integrity of the rope, 70% of it is now gone. So although it may look beautiful and good on the outside, the inside of this rope is no good, and therefore we must throw it out. Static and dynamic. It's important to know the type of ropes we use at a Fulcrum's ropes course and the signs of wear and tear. So not only can you put the right rope at the right element, but also you know when it's time to pull the rope off the course for our participants' safety. So now that you're informed, look forward to having you out there making great decisions.